Hey, Shalom, Akif Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Kakadash. Double honors to the elders, the apostles, a great millstone that rule well. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. Noise in his gospel, bro, lifting up the standard of Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, wherever it may be. This is Akia Mahalaya coming back with another lesson through the Spirit. Lord's will to be edifying. Title, we almost at the finish line, meaning the end game. As news and prophecy that we often go into specify just that. You have to understand through the Holy Spirit that Yahweh Shai is making moves out here, man, and it's wise of us to stay circumspect and continue to report on what we're seeing and to keep hope and to keep faith, because scriptures say faith without works is dead. You know, faith without works is dead. So if you're out here claiming to be a Hebrew Israelite and you don't have faith, then through the Holy Spirit and through the Spirit of power, Yahweh Shai, that's counterproductive, man, to your success. Okay, because the Lord tells us, man, what's that scripture when it goes into Second Esdras? I believe it's Second Esdras 9 and like 11, if I'm not mistaken. It goes into those that may escape the sad perils, those by that works and those that by believe, meaning by faith. Because without faith, it's impossible to please the Lord, man. So as we're coming into this present time, this evil time, which we're pretty much there, all the wickedness, all the hell that we've been saying manifest on the planet Earth, it's like without a doubt that we're right where we need to be, and everything is on time. Because I was looking at a couple of articles and a couple of brothers' videos when they was going into how the military troops are being deployed, and you got a division of people saying, well, hey, this may be a drill, this is a drill. Then you got people saying that they're gearing up for something big. But it makes sense though, because, you know, military drills constituents mean that you're gonna have actual activity that's gonna transpire behind this shit. So if they're doing drills, that means they're preparing for something, okay, which they've been preparing for fucking decades, for this very time we getting ready to enter into. Because right next week, I want to say the week after next, what is today, the 21st? So 26 will be next week. So I want to say the next week after that will be the beginning of July, which this CBD or this Fed Now algorithm was supposed to be in fruition. So if they're going to do a global reset, all right, and they're going to reset everything, that means that they're going to have to collapse shit. They're going to have to close banks. They're going to have to collapse the dollar, which that may not happen next month. But over a course of time, if they're introducing these different algorithms like Fed Now and, you know, these transactions, then what they're going to have to do, they're going to have to do away with this current dollar. And they know a lot of people are going to be on edge about their money. Okay, and I believe that's why they are deploying military troops to these cities, because they know that it's going to be a soft vote of martial law. Okay, because when people money get messed with, they're not going to want to deal with that. Okay, they're not going to want to deal with being overtaken by these banks and so forth. So they know that people are going to buck up against the system. So they got to have those troops on standby in case shit get grimy. Because on the videos that I did last week, earlier this week, and as well as a couple of more brothers, what happened was, this guy, he was basically stating that next month is the launch of the Fed Now, and then he said something about 6 months after the fact, there was going to be a resetting of everything, meaning they was going to totally collapse the dollar. And it makes sense that they got to collapse the dollar in order to put everybody on this particular grid, in order to do away cash. So this is why they're getting the troops ready. So from now up until this, from now and just from henceforth, we can expect something big to happen. From now all the way up until the return of Yahweh Shai, you're going to have events that's going to transpire over the course of these months, man. Hopefully not years, but a couple of months. You know, I give or take a year, maybe two, hopefully not. But, you know, we don't know the time. But overall, we're getting ready to see a global transfer of people's currencies, man. And people are getting ready to bug the fuck out. All right. And we warned you. Okay. We told you that according to the Bible, Revelation 13 and 16, it was going to come a time that when people would have to give their life over or they will have to give their substance over into a higher power, meaning this system. Okay, if you want to navigate in this system and you want to remain relevant within your careers and your jobs and your statuses in America, you're gonna have to give your allegiance over to the beast, which is this system, man. Okay, you got guys out there that's talking about, oh well, the beast is the NWO. Okay, or the no. Okay, the beast is the system, man. This revival of the Roman Empire. Okay, and then you have what they call the NWO, which goes into the image of the beast, man. Okay, the imaging of the beast, which is everything around us. It's not Caesar, it's not Cesare, as some of you groups teach. Oh well, the beast is the image is Cesare Borgia. No, man, that's not the image of the beast. The image of the beast is the system. Okay, the shit that we're living in through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemi Havushai. And this beast is getting ready to be destroyed. That's why you got all this chaos happening out here. That's why people are on edge, man. Just did a video out there about LA. Had these jakes running into these restaurants, turning shit over, man. That's lawlessness right there. That's iniquity. Okay? That's what they called not sedition, but it goes into it in the book of Matthew and Salakia, brothers. I'm all over the place. I'm trying to rush and get to a spot. But in the book of Matthews, when it goes into lawlessness and iniquity may abound. Okay? Perilous times, evil times. They said over 100 people was injured over the weekend over Juneteenth celebrations, man. You so-called Israelites, or you Israelites out there that's supposed to be so-called liberated, here you out here killing one another, man. Shooting each other on your so-called liberation day, which you wasn't liberated anyway. You see? You wasn't liberated from this hell because you're still in captivity, man. Happy Freedom Day. You see that shit all around. Happy Freedom Day. How are we free and we're under the rule of the so-called white man, which is the biblical Edomians, man. So you can't say that. But overall, it requires us to have a rock-solid faith, man, because the Lord told Peter, he said, look, upon you I will build my church. Upon this rock I will build my church. And the gates of hell will not prevail against it. And don't be like the foolish virgins that build their house on sand. When the floods come and beat it upon a house, it washes it away. But we got to be like that house. It's a stone, man. Meaning we can't be moved from the times that's coming out here because it's getting ready to get bad, man. Okay? Brothers are getting ready to lose jobs. We're getting ready to lose our places of business, our homes, families. Brothers are getting ready to lose all types of substance. Things you've worked for the last 15, 20 years in your life. We're getting ready to walk away from all that shit. Because what I'm seeing that MOTB, that chip, and I speak as a man when I said, but I see that chip being here, Lord's will next year, man. Lord's will. I'm not saying that's going to be a definitive thing, but the way they move it, they ain't got to 2030, bro. I don't think they got to 2030. Because, you had the 2060 agenda. Lord said, nah, that's too much time. And they were like, all right, we're going to do 2045. Lord like, nah, that's even too much time. 2030, Lord like, nah, I don't know if I'm going to give you the 2030. Now they talking about 2025. Okay? So, with that being said, shit, hey, we may be up out of here by then, man. Lord's will. Because we're to hasten the day of Yahweh Shemi Havushai. So, hey, call Lord Yahweh Shemi Havushai, man. I pray that this thing speeds up. I pray to the Lord all the time, as well as other brothers. We send our supplications up. We ask the Most High to deliver us from this hell, from this evil, from this wickedness, okay, from this tyrannical government. We ask Him all the time to deliver us and to speed up the time, because brothers are tired. We're wore out. Brothers got illness in their bodies. They're getting sick. And the scriptures say that they should wear out the saints. And so we're wore out, man. So we just need we need a boost. We need salvation. We need this thing to come on. Because the brother Yashuamba, Elder Yashuamba, he went into it. He said that, look, the time of speaking on the streets is not going to be forever. We're getting ready to enter into another glory. Okay? We're getting ready to enter into a whole nother glory, a whole nother rest. Okay? Like the street speaking, that was one glory. Us waking up, then coming out to the streets. The truth, it manifests itself in stages. Okay? We're in a time now that we're getting ready to be at the end of the street speaking. Because if they declare a soft boot of martial law, we're not going to be able to go out on the streets and speak the word of the Heavenly Father, man. We're not going to be able to do it because it's going to be chaotic out here. All right? We ain't going to be like those super pseudo-Israelites that want to go out there and they want to go out and try to play superhero. I remember the time of the January 6th, the falsified sedition. You know, you had camps out there prophesying in the middle of that bullshit ass sedition like that. Lord didn't tell us to go out there and do that, man. So that'd be as stupid of you to be out there and martial law on the street corners saying that the white man is the devil, America's going to be destroyed. They're going to lock your ass up, or they may just put you to death. And during the time of these cyber attacks, they're also talking about shutting down internets, man. You're going to have outages all over the place. You know, particular outages, internet outages, food shortages. You see? So this thing is getting ready to pop off, man. All right? Got a couple of precepts here. This is the brother A. Shalom. GMS is doing serving to Isaiah 4, 1 Peter 4 and 7. It says, but the end of all things is at hand. That's right. The end of all things, man. The end of this kingdom, the end of suffering. Okay, the end of being on the bottom, the end of being sick, the end of all things, man, is present rulership. Because the scriptures say heaven and earth shall pass away, but my word shall not pass away. Okay, this rulership. And we at the end of Esau's rulership. So call Allah Yahweh Shemi Hawashai for that. Because it's been a long time coming. And we're getting ready to get the kingdom of heaven. You know? And it reads, it says, but be therefore sober and watching unto prayer. So we're supposed to pray for these times. We're supposed to ask for endurance to endure the hell that's on the planet Earth. Okay? When they lock the cities down, when the pestilence come, when the demons come out to play, when people are rioting, when they are breaking into people's houses, okay, killing people, grape coming back in a big way, okay, trafficking, sex trafficking, man, when they're trafficking young women, that's all coming back in a big way, man. You know, so we supposed to pray, man, that we may be counted worthy to stand before Yahweh Shai, because if we're not praying and opening up those supplications unto the Lord, then that's gonna be, we're gonna fall into temptation out here. And the Lord said, hey, if you since you kept the word of my patience, I will keep thee from the hour of temptation which should come upon the whole world. So we want to be kept from that deadly hour, man, which is going to be ultimately the institution of that micro-seed. Isaiah 10 and 27, it says, and it shall come to pass in a day that this burden should be taken away from off thy shoulder. That's right. And the burden is talking about this hell. Okay, this hard burden we was made to carry, according to Isaiah the 14th chapter, 4th verse, about the hard bondage we were made to serve. Because it's a hard thing teaching the truth, balancing your life, your family, your kids, your women, you know what I'm saying? Engaging in the ministry, catching hell under the so-called white man, you know, getting sick, having to go to work fucking 7 days a week, 80 hours a week. That's all hard, man. And that's a fucking burden, man. You know? And the Lord is going to reward us greatly for our labors, because, hey, the scriptures say those that do labor, the Lord is not unrighteous to forget the works that you've done in his name, roughly paraphrasing. The labor of love you've done in his name, roughly paraphrasing. So everything that we're doing, our sacrifices, okay, the hits, the sacrifices we're making, the hell we're catching, it's all going to be rewarded if we remain faithful unto Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, man. That's why, hey, brothers, it's essential to keep your faith and to continue to push and believe in this thing. Yeah, it get hard, man, but hey, like I went into fasting, okay, incorporating particular herbs into your diet. I noticed, and the Lord is so cold-blooded, man, I just had a bulk of herbs that I wasn't really taking it, because I wouldn't say that we all need herbs, but I'm a pretty healthy dude. But, you know, Jake be dealing, you know, with the, what you call that, what's that shit in your stomach, man? Gastritis, which is inflammation of the stomach. But a lot of it is due to an imbalance of like metabolism type deal. My metabolism was like hella quick. You know what I'm saying? So I had like an imbalance in my gut, which led to inflammation. But when I was looking at it, the spirit, like, you got everything here in the house to heal you. Like, you know, you go see Esau to get some type of diagnosis on your issue, but you got everything you need in the house. Like, so start utilizing it. So, you know, I'm on a plan to kind of get things back in balance, you know, because Jake, man, you know, Jake active as hell. So, you know, you put a lot of strain on your body. But when I started taking my peppermint teas and my chamomile teas and, you know, my sage leaf tea and, you know, my passion flower, hibiscus, that shit it calms the immune system down so much. Well, not the immune system, but the central nervous system so much to the point you feel good. Like literally, like when I go through my attacks and stuff like that, when the demons are fucking with me and shit, and the sleep paralysis and stuff like that, I'm real calm, man. Because our central nervous system is overloaded. And I've noticed since I've been incorporating those herbs back into my diet, drinking the teas and stuff, I literally don't suffer brain fog like that no more. Now, I mean, you know, from time to time, but honestly speaking, incorporating those herbs into my diet, I mean, honestly, I have more energy to do the work now. Because at first I was like, man, I don't know, like I don't have it in me to pump out the shows like that. But of course you endure because it's about enduring. But the minute I was like, man, I'm gonna go on a fruit fast, man, you know, I'm gonna just eat fruit for a couple of days and cut off all this processed shit. Literally, bro, I feel like even though I still got stomach shit going on, but I feel pretty decent compared to how I felt. You know, I'm like, okay, this is not too bad. So what I'm getting at is that, hey, you brothers out there, man, you know, incorporate them herbs into your diet, man, and give you that boost. You know, the scriptures tell you that, man, hey, the Lord created medicines out of the earth. He that is wise will not abhor them. Yep, ashwagandha Khan, brother. That's good for anxiety, man. Because I noticed 90% of the people in Babylon, we suffer from some type of anxiety disorder because you're constantly overloaded and you're overly stimulated in this place, man. You're on the phone damn near half the day. Half of us are working from a computer. Okay, you got electronic pulses going through the house, microwave, you got cell phones, you got headphones, you got a smart television. Panex Ginseng Khan. Yeah, all right, that shit get the bowels moving. But you got microwave, you got a refrigerator, man. You got all types of electronic occurrences that's like that's fucking with you, man. So overall, you all messed up, man. That's why brothers can't sit still, and that's why you overly anxious, because your nervous system is working too hard, man. Like you got the parasympathetic nervous system and then you got the sympathetic nervous system. They both supposed to work in tandem, but when one is out of whack, one is going to compensate for the other one. And then that's when you're going to be all over the place. You're going to be restless, you're going to be tired, your bowels ain't going to be acting right. Also stimulating what you call the vagus nerve, man, which is like a nerve from your brain that runs, that's basically like a wire harness into a car. It runs through every part of artery in your body, and that shit is not getting stimulated properly, you will be fucked up, man. And a lot of it come from bad posture too, you know, being in this fucking kingdom, walking on concrete. So when brothers, you take the corrective measures to prevent certain things, you'll feel a lot better in the body, man. You know, like I said, man, I mean, I've been wearing and tearing on my body since 3-4 years old, doing crazy flips and just active as all hell, you know what I'm saying? So eventually it catches up with you. But, you know, throughout all the shit I've been suffering from the last year and a half, you know what I'm saying? It's, you know, it's honestly speaking, symptoms are there, but they're very light and they're tolerable now, which shows you we're on a stage of healing. You know, and I got my moments when I'm like, fuck this shit, I don't want to deal with it no more, you know, blah, blah, you know, we get in that little funky ass bitch mode, you know, that happens. But regardless of it, man, you know, do what you got to do to take care of yourself, brothers, because we need it. And I know the Lord is getting ready to do a massive healing, man. Yeah, that's right, brother. You need a whole restart. Sometimes it just benefits you to just eat fucking fruit for 3-4 days, man. You know, a brother put me on a good ass cleanse. And honestly speaking, I felt like I had, bro, it was to the point, like, I felt so relief. I'm like, what the fuck, bro? Like, I'm literally up at 1 o'clock in the morning, but it's not because I can't sleep. It's just the fact that I'm rested, I'm chilling. And I was like, I got all this energy at 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm doing chores and shit. I'm like, let me take my ass to bed. But the downside to that, though, after I broke my fast, what happened was, because you got a lot of shit in your colon, believe it or not, you got all types of shit in your colon. You know what I'm saying? You got all types of shit in your colon. So what happened after I broke my fast, and I was cool, but I went to try to work out. And as I was working out, man, shit got to moving in my stomach. And it kind of piled up on one side. So that kind of put me back in a kind of bad position. But it's a lot more tolerable now because I know what's going on. I'm like, okay, well, I don't have heart problems. I ruled that out. This is what's going on. It's the gut trying to reset itself. So you may have symptoms of constipation from time to time, or you may have runny stools, or whatever you want to call it. But it's basically my body's trying to flush out them toxins, because when I went to the washroom, man, you know what I'm saying, I seen worms gone. I had intestinal worms, man. You know, and how weird is that? Like, as clean as you eat in this place, we all got some type of parasitic infection within us, everybody, man, because it's in the food, man. Stress would be shit you ate 10 years ago that you got gastrointestinal worms in your fucking intestines, man. And I looked at it, I was like, damn, what is these white spots? But I'm like, those are parasites, which shows you that, hey, that cleanse is needed, because a parasite would take away, it'll take away your energy, it'll make you grumpy, you know what I'm saying? It'll back you up, you'll be all fucked up, man, you know? So, you know, it's good to incorporate certain things into your diet, man, you know, certain spices, certain herbs. You know, if you do eat a bunch of bullshit, which everything here is just straight bullshit, but if you do eat that, make sure you're trying to flush yourself out too, man. You know? Yeah, the GMOs, yeah, they definitely, of course, they're definitely giving us worms, man. Definitely. And we've been eating GMOs since we've been over here. So, hey, that's a lifelong process, but hey, just maintaining your state of mind, your health, your body. All right, a couple of precepts here. You brothers are lighting it up, man. But yeah, man, make sure you brothers get on the proper herbs, man. Make sure you're drinking a lot of water. Make sure you're not eating every goddamn hour, man. Honestly speaking, shit, I survived 3, 4 days, 5 days off of straight up fruit fast. Shit, it wasn't that bad. The first day was all right, but I'm used to fasting, so, but I mean, honestly speaking, it gave me a lot of energy. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, my digestive system is all over the place. So my digestive system is just trying to rebalance itself back. So if I eat certain shit, I have certain side effects, man, because like I said, I'm trying to reset that gut microbe, man. We all fucked up here, you know. But let me read this last couple of precepts, man, and I'm gonna shut it down, man. I want to be all over the place. Genesis 1:29, it says, and yeah, the power said, behold, I will give you every herb bearing seed which is upon the face of the earth, and every tree that is which is the fruit of the yielding tree seed for you, and it should be unto you from me. Okay, so hey, the Lord created the medicines of the earth so we can eat them, man. Okay, so your berries and stuff like that, your fruits, your vegetables, you know, like every morning I try to do my celery juice. Celery juice is good for the gallbladder. Okay, it's good for the gallbladder in a tract. So celery juice every day on an empty stomach, you'd be surprised on how good your digestion pick up, man. So, you know, that's a good thing to incorporate. If you're gonna do celery, maybe do the organic celery, but celery juice every day on an empty stomach, you know, blend it or juice it, whatever you're gonna do. That's a good start to fix whatever problems you may be suffering from, man. All right. But anyway, let me see here. Yep, Romans 12:14-2, it says, for one believeth that he may eat all things, and another, and it says, and another who is weak eateth herbs. Okay, but let not him that eateth despise him that eateth not, and let him not